Hello, good humans. Welcome to the wonderful world of Janice Enjoys podcast, where we are all about unlocking life's incredible magic. I'm your spirited host, Nyambu Zogori, and I'm delighted to be with you here. Eh, Thank you, guys. Today is Thursday. We are in December. I today forgot my Christmas theme. But the most important thing is that I'm here, and I'm so glad that you're here with me, guys. And I appreciate you so much, so much, so much. And I love you guys so much. And for my new subscribers, welcome to Janice Enjoys podcast. In this podcast, we are all about female empowerment and female inspiration, and also we are all about knowing ourselves better. Okay, so if that is something that interests you, welcome so much. You're on the right page, and we appreciate you so much for taking your time to listen to this podcast. And if you feel inspired, please click on the subscribe button, okay, and be listening to this weekly podcast every week as I come here and talk to you about my journey to self-awareness and how it has made me be who I am today. So, welcome to Janice and Joy's podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Nyambutokori, and I'm so delighted to be here. And today's episode is amazing, and it's going to be so inspiring to all of you. Okay, so welcome to Janice and Joy's podcast. And last week's episode was amazing. I really enjoyed how you guys were always sending me text messages on WhatsApp and telling me how you have started healing your inner child and how it's impacting you, and how you have discovered so much about yourself, and how much you have known how healing your inner child is important to the person that you are right now. And if you didn't know, by the way, healing your inner child, it impacts also the relationships that you have with other people as an adult. And it also how do I say it, it either makes your relationships with other people easier or hard. So you need to check on your pattern and know if your inner child is healed or your inner child is traumatized. And we're not here to shame anybody. If your inner child is traumatized, in this podcast, we are here to heal together and to be better together. Okay? Positive vibes, positive energy. That is what Janice and Joy's podcast is. So, welcome to Janice and Joy's podcast. And today's episode is a continuous of this journey. And it is also, I usually like using my own examples in this podcast, because I believe in authenticity, and what better example would I use if not mine? And also, it's also a good way of making other people learn from other people's examples. Okay, so it's my story, and it is my story to share, okay, about this journey to authenticity and self-awareness. So, happy holidays. Welcome, you guys. Okay, like I say every time, Janice and Joy's podcast will definitely leave you grinning ear to ear and feeling inspired. So this episode of today is the same. Actually, oh, you guys, I wanted to tell you, you can see, I hope today, on today's episode, you can view from a full screen. I learned how to do it like this. So I hope you're enjoying the views from there. Okay, and I hope the volume is also getting to you guys. Okay, Okay, so we go straight to my to the to what brought me today. And today's episode, I want to touch about these these girls or these ladies who like feeling sorry for themselves. And I want to tell you why healing your inner child is important if you're this kind of a person who likes feeling sorry for yourself. If you're this kind of a person who likes feeling sorry for yourself, people will start using you as a doormat, and they'll because that is what you have presented to the world, they'll use it against you, not to help you, but against you, just to make you feel more and more bad about yourself. So for you to be able to overcome this, even if it's you've not started the healing the inner child self first, for you to be able to overcome this kind of people who are always negative, they have nothing positive to say, you see. So because you've already played this victim part in your life, showing that you always need other people to take you out of a certain ditch that you have you put yourself into, that is when they start criticizing you and demeaning you, you see. So for you to be able, if you have not healed your inner child, or if you don't know you have, because I believe it, in a type of way, we might have some childhood trauma, all of us, in some type of way, regardless of what kind of trauma it is. It might be big, it might be small, it might be whatever, you know. But you see it in some characters, in some behaviors people have, you know. And if you've not healed your inner child, your if you had a, I mean, if you had a big trauma, it might affect you in a very big way when you're an adult, you see. And that is where I find it is easy to be criticized. So if you have not started this journey of healing your inner child, or you don't know how to start it, for example, I'd advise you to fake it till you make it. I think most of us, we've had this phrase being thrown everywhere: fake it till you make it. And when I say fake it till you make it, I mean start by raising your standards. Okay? Start by raising your standards. Start by, and I really emphasize on the most basic things, like doing your makeup and doing the eyebrows and doing your face beat, for example. Just the most simplest face beat. It doesn't mean that you have to do it like a professional. No, just the most simplest face beat. So I'd advise you to try by, that is how you start raising your standards. And when you start raising your standards, you know, people might start viewing you in a different way, and they might think you are confident. Don't even care if you're confident or you're not. This is where the faking it till you make it is coming in. You fake it till you make it. You start by raising your standards. When you raise your standards, that is when your confidence becomes better. When you have your confidence is better, you can now walk with your shoulders high, you know. But when you start feeling sorry for yourself, you don't have confidence, you don't even have self-esteem. That is how exactly people are going to treat you, and you'll be feeling sorry for the rest of your life. And that is very sad, because girls out here are winning, girls out here are enjoying themselves, girls out here are living their lives just because of the phrase fake it till you make it. And the most important thing that you need to fake is your confidence, because that is the number one thing that you sell to the world, you know. That is the number one thing that you sell to the people that you meet. So it is very important to sell your confidence, and you really need by starting to fake it. And you fake it by raising your standard. Raising your standard, it means you start being attractive. Okay, and let me tell you, those people that tell you there is no power of beauty and the power of those things, they are lying. Beauty is power, and that is the most feminine thing you could ever get. They could be calling you the ugly Betty or whatever they be calling you, but the moment you start taking care of yourself and you start just glowing, your power, you've already unlocked your power. Beauty is power. So let nobody lie to you. So you begin from there, and from that, what I mean by you begin from there, and it is also the beauty and the taking care of, like I said, you need to have a morning routine where you feel good about your body, you feel sensual about your body, and that is where you're faking it, you're faking it until your self-confidence and your self-esteem is 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 raised, and you feel like you're like yourself. Okay, another thing, you really need to know your identity. Let me tell you, knowing your identity is very, very crucial, because it will make you not care about what other people are saying about you, because you say there are people who say, I can't go through, you even avoid going through certain routes. You changed the route because those, when you go through that route, those people are going to talk about you. So my question is, everybody's talking about you. So you're going to be listening to everybody who's talking about you. Everybody. Hmm? You can't. Because if you do that, then it means you're very idle with your life. Hmm? And even if you're idle, why don't you stay where don't you go to and 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 join a self-empowerment group of women? Why don't you? Hmm? You just want to be thinking about other people, what they're saying about you, what they're saying about you. So when you know your identity, you know what you're capable of, you know what you do and what you don't do, you know what, like I said, you know yourself A to Z. You know yourself better than anybody else. You know your fears, you know your strengths, you know your failures, you know your things that your wins. So you're the only person who knows yourself well. So if you don't know your identity, it's going to be very difficult for you to have this to have this self-awareness journey. And you shouldn't be listening to what other people are telling you that you are. You shouldn't, because those people are trying to project their own fears onto you. Those people are trying to project their own fears onto you. And when they're trying, like for example, I know somebody who was being told that she was working in a certain establishment. I don't know what I don't want to mention it here, but the person her partner, the partner she had at that time, used to tell her the way she's useless, the way this job is very bad for her. And I was like, but this job pays your bills. But this job is what is feeding you, not. And she was feeling very sorry for herself, and I was slapping her with so many bad words, asking her, you're very silly, why do you let somebody else? So that is exactly what I'm asking you. And it might not be only about job, it might be you see these people who are always telling you about something bad about you, everything. So if this person with a small heart, or a soft heart, or these people who feel sorry for themselves, who get uh those kind of feelings very fast, you know what is going to happen? You'll start saying that you don't have worth because other people have said you don't. So because you lack identity. And that is something that I struggled with, by the way, for a very long time. I struggled with my identity for a very long time, and I used to listen to what other people are just saying, that I am, that I am, and that I am, until I woke up one day and I'm like, what the hell? Is this who I am? You know, and I was looking myself in the mirror, and I couldn't even know who was on the other side. You see, because other people had projected their own fears on me. Now I was living in the shackles of their identity, not knowing who exactly I am. And that is something that we struggle with. That is where you find other friends, some of your friends, they are telling you, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. Then you feel like you're left out. Oh, because you didn't have money to go to the girls trip to coast, now they're calling you stingy. But you know very well, or somebody who doesn't like spending on yourself, but you know very well you have other responsibility. Now you want to pretend, oh, I don't have this, I don't know. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. If you do that to yourself, you have no space for growth. You have no space to blossom. You have no space to bliss, to be a blessing to others, because you're busy criticizing yourself. And that is when you even meet strangers who will start criticizing you and they don't even know you, because you accepted everything that was being thrown at you. And that is very wrong. That means you have an unhealed child, that something happened to you and you don't want to confront it. But if you want to embark on this journey, you have to confront that child and ask and tell her, no, that is what happened, but that is not who you are at this particular time. You know, this is not who we are meant to be. You need to talk to that child, and that your child is you. Okay? Don't even feel, even if you're working in whatever you're working in, even if you're sweeping the streets, that is what is feeding your is paying your bills. After all, we are still in our 20s. So many people are doing what they didn't. So many graduates are doing things that they didn't even sign up for. So why are you comparing yourself with people who are 50-year-olds? Those people have lived this earth for so long. Those people know, if this fails, this will not fail. But you're in your 20s, but you want to live like you're in your 50s. You've already figured it out. What have you figured it out? That was me. And I know, because I've given an example of someone I know. So you can imagine, there are so many of us, so many people like I was out here. And that is why you find other people are not treating you with the worth that you are. And you're busy there saying, oh, Nyambu is living her life. Oh, Nyambu is nowadays has this and this. No, she just stopped living in the chains of other people. And you should try that one too. Also, learn to say no. You are in your 20s. Nobody is going to beat you up. You're growing up. Learn to say no. If you can't afford that girls trip to Mombasa or to wherever the girls are going, just say no. Don't go breaking the bank and becoming depressed trying to find that money and you can't afford it. Learn to live where you are at. When you start appreciating, that is why I insist on keeping a journal. When you start appreciating where you are at, it's easier for you next year to go to that girls trip, because you'll have kept the friends, because you said you couldn't, because and if they were your tribe, they'd understand. But there are these girls who, when you say you don't have, they decide to to pay for you. Those are your people. But if you're in this girls group that all of you are struggling, or or just living the normal life, the normal life that we have all been there. Nowadays I don't do those things, but when I used to go to those kind of girls trip where you need to like changa and go to a certain place, when I couldn't afford it, I just said I couldn't. But now when right now with the girls that I go out with, everybody takes care of themselves, and I feel like this is better because but if you're in those kind of things, learn to say no. If you don't want to see someone, learn to say no, I don't want to see you. Because if you keep on seeing them and they still keep on hurting you, and even you'll never grow and you'll never get out of that experience. It's going to be like a pattern. It's going to be like a circle like this. You'll be going on a circle. And that is what we don't want. And that is why you find people saying they don't grow. And these are the kind of things I'm telling you to live this year. Leave them in 2023. In 2020, when you go to 2024, leave all those. If you're a victim, kind of person who like victimizing themselves, if you have no identity, if you're this kind of person who doesn't know how to say no, and no, it means that you can also speak up for yourself. And when you say no to even the evil spirits. You don't even know the evil spirits that are around, that are surrounding you every time. Because people have and people carry so much, and it doesn't even need you to like be their friend. It just needs you to be close to them, and you exchange the energy. When you exchange the energy, they transfer the spirits to you. But if you know this kind of person is not the kind of person that you resonate with, you just say no. When you say no, it doesn't mean you're enemies. When you say no, it means you're respecting your boundaries. When you say no, it is communicating something to the other person. It is communicating that I am not backing down from my boundaries. It is communicating that I have my own identity, and I'm not taken on a merry-go-round anymore. And when you say no, you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your energy. You're saying yes to your authentic self. You're saying yes to because you're honoring yourself, because you're giving yourself more time and more grace for yourself. And that is the most important thing. Yourself. You. Me, Nyambu. I'm the most important. So you should be these affirmations. Write down on a journal. If you don't have a journal, keep a journal right now, so that these affirmations, you go with them to 2024. These are the affirmations that we'll be repeating them every other time in 2024. Okay. And this and you should, when you say no, we should also really try to work on our spiritual life. I'd suggest, if you're to begin this self-awareness journey, you really need. I saw this girl on TikTok, Swirinyar Kano. I know you know her, you guys. Swirinyar Kano. She's a TikToker. And she speaks a lot about spirituality, and many people I know might dismiss her, and it's a thing nowadays that many people like dismissing about spirituality. And I used to be this person, and let me tell you, for you to begin this self-awareness journey, and to begin the self-healing, and to be miracle manifester, and to be living in abundance, you really need to have a spiritual journey that is authentic, and a spiritual journey that is very serious. You know, everybody's spiritual journey is unique because everybody is seeking something, and you should be seeking to know yourself, and that is where the spiritual journey begins. Okay, so I'd really appreciate it if we really took this spiritual journey thing seriously. If you haven't, you can be watching some of her videos. She posts so amazing, fabulous videos on TikTok that I love them, and they are so awakening, and I should recommend. So you should really pray for yourself. Praying for yourself is, it doesn't matter whichever religious or whatever you practice, it doesn't matter, but praying yourself should be number one. And don't and not and always because we said fake it till you make it, the phrase, I'm going to use that phrase in this episode a lot, because I said fake it till you make it. We should also be seeking to be better than we were yesterday. You know, like we should always look on the possibility of becoming better. It doesn't matter how you are today. You should be thinking, and that is how, when you're thinking of becoming better, you become better yourself. Because like for example, when you wake up in the morning, you find if you're not going to the office that day, or if you're these people that work from home like me, you sleep up, you have this lazy day. Maybe it's a weekend, for example. You have a lazy day and you don't even remove your bonnet from your head the whole day. You remove your bonnet and you say, no. And I insisted this thing of saying bingoni tutapewa mwili mpya. There is nothing like bingoni tutapewa mwili mpya. Your bingoni is down here, and you should take of your mwili mpya here, so that you can stop you can be able to always feel like you're becoming better. Because if you always seek to become better, like for example, if you've worked in a place for a number of years, and you feel like you've not gotten what you wanted out of the place, what are you still doing there? For example, you should always look out for better things. And funny thing, let me tell you, the universe is always ready to hand you over those good things. It is always ready to hand you over these good things. And if you know me, if you've been in my life, or you have seen me in this life, you have seen me, I have been being handed over everything I ask for from the universe, because I feel like everything I ask for, it is always coming to me, and it's because I am always believing that I deserve better. And I think that is why, you know, most of my friends, they like asking me, D, Nyambu, they call me D, but they usually like asking me, Nyambu, what is it exactly what you're looking for? Because I never see you say, but they have gotten what I want. Because I know that I have something better somewhere, and I deserve it, and I'm going to get it. And I get it every day, I can assure you. So these are the kind of things I want us to go into 2024 knowing. And we should be very consistent with these things. And please, I'm begging you girls, the self-affirmations are very good because they help you with the self-pity. And I know so many of us live in that chain of self-pity, of always feeling like we are not better enough, or we are not doing enough for who? That should be your first question. For yourself, you're doing more than enough. And that is why you're taking care of yourself. And if you're not taking care of yourself, I urge you, you can't, there's nobody, let me tell you, let nobody lie to you. You can't take care of other people well if you're not taking care of yourself. It all begins from inside you. So for you to be able to, even if it is your child, even if it is your mom, for these people who like say, oh, you know, I'm taking care of my mom, I have a child, you, that child, and let me tell you, those children, they see you, and if they see you not taking care of yourself, they feel like that is where they're transferring the trauma to them, because they're feeling like you're not taking care of yourself because of them. You see, and that is you're supposed to do it from you. Whether you're in a relationship that is making you feel bad about yourself, leave it. Whether it's a friendship that is making you feel bad about yourself, leave it. Whether it's a job, you're better off alone. And let me tell you, you'll always find your tribe. You'll always find the people who love you. You'll always find the people who appreciate you. And let nobody tell you nothing. You know, these memes, they like lying to us most of the time. You, somebody wants to really appreciate you so much. Always fight for yourself. Always fight for yourself. Always fight for yourself. Never settle for less. Never settle for less. Always take care of yourself. Buy yourself the most amazing, amazing things that you always dreamed of. It doesn't matter if you have money or not tomorrow. Tomorrow will sort for itself. And let's all embrace healing our inner child. Let's embrace healing our inner child. I'm reading this. The book that I'm reading right now is this book, The Guy with the Louding Voice. And I can tell you guys, also reading helps a lot. Reading helps a lot. Heal yourself. When I heal yourself. When I was trying to heal my inner child, I saw so many things about myself that were so unhealed, that resulted for me to be in certain situations in my life that were so unhealthy. So unhealthy that I would have just, that I think of right now, and I ask myself, were you crazy? With the what? What is wrong with you? But now I tell myself, no, you are growing up. And now I'm 26 and I'm like, oh my God. It's like my eyes have been opened, and I've been shown the world in a different way. And I want all of us to embrace this self-awareness, because when we embrace this self-awareness, we cut off so much bullshit, we cut off so much drama, we cut off so much things out of our life that are not helping us move into the next step, or making us feel stagnant or dragged behind. So girls, I'm asking you, heal your inner child. Begin the self-awareness journey. Begin this journey to abundance. Begin this journey to happiness, and to feeling like a woman that you're supposed to be, like the girl that you're supposed to be. Because after all, we usually say, oh, we live in a society that women are free, but the real thing is, are we free really? That is the biggest question. Are we free really? Because in the same society, is the same society that likes to demean women, to belittle women, and to make them, to shame women. You see? And if and they make us become our biggest enemies against each other, and it is not true. The truth is that we love each other so much, and we always good things for each other, you see. And I want us to embrace ourselves and bring out that that girl that we are supposed to be, and enjoy it without being judged, and enjoy it well, being authentic at it. Okay, so this new episode, I hope that you leave all that self-pity in 2023, and you become very serious with the affirmations and your spiritual journey. And I'll see you next week, because that is how you begin your battle with self-awareness, and you begin your journey to abundance. Right? Right. So I love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself and embrace the journey to self awareness. Thank you so much.